heading towards the front line and into great uncertainty. These volunteer medics, known as the hospitallers, don't know what they're about to confront. Lydia is a GP from Western Ukraine. Her own nephew is missing on the battlefield.
As a doctor, I can't stand aside when violence occurs, and therefore I think it's natural for me to start helping. This is my small contribution.
Arriving at the pickup point, the team gets to work. These soldiers have come from the Eastern Front, and while they've escaped with their lives, many will never be the same. Well, it's already clear that some of these injuries are horrific. We've just seen one soldier brought in and his leg has clearly been blown off because the medics brought it in separately in a bag. So obviously the challenge now is to get him to hospital as fast as possible because they still hold out hope that they might be able to reattach it. Faust is one of the doctors on board this mobile clinic. He says treating young soldiers and seeing the fear in their eyes is one of the toughest parts of the job.
My son is 19 years old. As a father, it is difficult for me to separate myself. I see my son in these fighters. These moments are really difficult.
31-year-old Sergei is one of the many Ukrainians called up to fight. He's normally a builder. Now a mortar attack has shattered his pelvis and his arm. He's asked us not to show his face, but tells us it took him 2 days to drag himself to safety in the baking heat. He was so dehydrated, he drank his own urine. Nearby, Vyacheslav has shrapnel injuries. He says his comrade died next to him after stepping on a mine. Have you had a chance to tell your friends and family yet that you're okay?
I've written to my brothers, but I've asked them not to tell my mother because she's so old.
And do you hope to return to the front line? Yes, he says. In spite of the danger, former US military medic Kevin, codenamed Frenchy, is also staying put.
Once you have cleaned a grandmother's blood out of the back of an ambulance, you cannot turn your back on this.
The medics deliver their patients to a hospital in central Ukraine before getting back on the road. The stream of wounded soldiers never stops. Nick Dole, ABC News, Eastern Ukraine.